guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Stephanie. So today we're going to be trying out a makeup look that I've seen all over TikTok. It's the AMAYA Colon, I think that's how you say her name. But I'm trying out her makeup look. It's been viral literally all over TikTok, but I really wanted to give it a go. So I actually found a tutorial on TikTok that's from the actual makeup artist that did it. So I'm going to be following his tutorial and I'm super excited. I love the blush aspect of it. It's very like pinky, hence the pink shirt. I thought it would go well with it. I kind of want to take some like before and after pictures. That's what we're going for today. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I am not usually one to do my brows, but in the tutorial he says to start off with brows. So I literally only usually do eyebrow gel. Like I don't ever actually do my eyebrows, but for eyebrows I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and I'm in the shade 4.5. And he said to go for like a 2016 bolder eyebrow, which I don't really know how to do. I feel like I already have kind of bold eyebrows, like they're not like small or anything, so I'm just gonna like go in and kind of sharpen them. And I also have to clean them up too. He says to carve them out, and I'm using the Rem Beauty little pot concealer in the shade medium 1W with a flat brush. That's what I'm gonna do after I do these brows. I'm actually really nervous to do my brows because like I said, I don't usually do them, but we're gonna try it out. This is the first brow. I already feel like it's very bold, but he said it'll look bold in the beginning and it'll all come together at the end. So I'm gonna do the other brow and then we'll go from there. My eyebrows look so bold right now, like very much. I'm not used to seeing them like this at all. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna clean them up using the REM pot concealer. I haven't used this in forever, and I cleaned out my makeup last night and I found it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this. Let me put you guys closer so you can get a better look at what's going on here. My eyebrows look so like in your face right now. This is the first one done. I feel like it looks very sharp. It's like clean up and everything. So I'm also going to use some eyebrow gel as well, but I'm going to do the other one first, like clean it up first. Okay, the eyebrows are done. I just have to set them in place. I feel like they look so big, like very like, they look like I just got them done or something, like waxed. To set them, I'm using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I love this eyebrow gel so much. I'm just going to add this on top to set my brow hairs in place. That definitely smooths down the hairs. My eyebrows are also really weird. I'm sure you guys can tell, but the front part of this eyebrow only grows upwards. Like it does not lay down the other way. If anything, it grows that way. And then these eyebrows all go that way, so it kind of looks like, I don't know, like squiggly. So he also says pull down some of the concealer that I use to carve out my brows onto my eyelids. I usually also don't do eyeshadow, so this is going to be kind of difficult for me too. Also, eyeliner is involved. That's also something that I don't usually do, so I'm just going to try my best. I'm just playing with makeup today. We're not being serious. I'm not going out anywhere with this makeup either. My skin is so dry. Oh my gosh, I look like a ghost. My skin is so dry also that it's kind of like separating on my eyelids, but that's because of my dry skin. Cannot help that. But next he says to set with a translucent setting powder. So I'm just using the Laura Mercier powder in Rose. This has like more of a pinky undertone, but it's still translucent. This is such a different look for me. Like I never do my makeup like this. Okay, now it's time to get into the eyeshadow. He says to start off with a bronzy shadow. So I'm gonna go with the Modern Renaissance palette. I know super old, but I'm using the burnt orange shade right here. I kind of want to mix these two, but I think I'm going to go mainly for this one. I'm just taking this fluffy brush. I'm not really sure where this... Oh, this is a Sephora brush. So I'm just taking the burnt orange shade. He says to go all over the crease with it and bring it up over here and also in here to help with contouring later on. Okay, next he says... Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This looks so crazy. Okay, whatever. We're just trying... Oh my gosh, I'm getting so self-conscious doing this. Okay, next he says to take a pink shade, like a light pink, and I'm using the Lorac Pro palette, also another really old palette. But I don't really get palettes like that because, like I said, said earlier, I don't really do eyeshadow, so I'm using the light pink shade right here. I'm using the same fluffy brush because I don't really have another one to use, and he says to just run that on top brown that we just put on there. Okay, now he says to take a more detailed brush. I'm using this brush. I actually got this in a set from Amazon. I'm not sure what it's called. He's taking a darker shade, and I think I'm gonna use Warm Taupe from the Modern Renaissance palette mixed with Cypress Umber. It sounds so like unknowledgeable about this, but he says to create depth in this area right here. So I know it looks crazy right now, but I'm gonna blend it out. And then I'm taking that same fluffy brush and I'm just gonna blend that. That's what it looks like. It looks really weird to me. I'm not good at eyeshadow, okay? I used to be better at it, but I'm just not that girl anymore. This is what we're working with so far. I have this other clean fluffy brush. I'm just gonna use this to like blend everything even more together. It has nothing on it. Why is this like low-key stressing me out right now? I want it to turn out good, but I'm just not the queen of eyeshadow. I will say I really like the colors, like how the colors are coming together. I just feel like it's the placement that I kind of messed up a little bit. Next, he's taking a nude eyeshadow, and I have the Tarte Sunrise palette. Tarte does not have the best eyeshadow, but this is all I really have to work with. So I'm taking the Adore shade right here in it, and I'm just putting that. He says to put it on your lid and over here, like in the inner corner area. I also have this color Tempera in the Anastasia palette. I'm gonna use that as well because the other one isn't showing up that well. Yeah, that's a lot better already. I'm also putting a little bit of pink in the center of it because he does that as well. Okay, lastly, he took white, which I don't think I have a white shade. Oh, actually I do. He said to put that in your inner corner. It's also weird because he has a completely different eye shape than I do, so I'm trying my best to adhere it to my eye shape, but it's kind of hard. Okay, next is gonna be another issue for me. I have to do a wing liner, and I really can't do that. So I have this liner from Maybelline. It's the Tattoo Studio ink pen, and it's just the jet black shade, and he says to follow your lash line as closely towards the end and then make like a line, like a thin line out here. The way my hands are literally shaking right now. Okay, this is number one, not that bad. Too bad in my opinion. This is how they look. Obviously not the same, but pretty good for someone who doesn't really ever do eyeliner like that. Okay, next we're gonna go into face makeup, which I love face makeup more than eye makeup. So I'm first priming with the NYX Plump Bright Matte primer, and I also am gonna mix that with the Say Glowy Super Gel, and I'm in the shade Sun Glow. Also, now that I look back, I probably should have done primer before I did my eyebrows, but we're too late to fix that. No, because my eyes are scaring me. Like, why are they giving me Uncanny Valley? I'm scared. I don't want to go longer with the wings, actually. I'm gonna make them a little bit longer and then continue. They're super long. Now we're doing foundation. I'm using the e.l.f. Liquid Halo Glow first, and I'm in the shade Medium. I always mix this with another foundation. It just depends on which foundation I'm feeling, and I kind of want to do my House Labs foundation. That's one of my favorites. I am in the shade 210 Light Medium. I definitely could go darker, but this is all I have right now. Then I'm just gonna dot this like everywhere and then blend it out. So like once I add lashes in the face, everything will come together. Obviously gotta blend down into the neck area. This foundation combo is just so good. Like, I feel like it makes my skin look so healthy even though it feels so dry. Not the stuff that's on my face, it's just my skin in general is super dry, and it always feels very dry. Next, we're doing cream contour. I always go for this. This is the Fenty Matchstick in Mocha. He says to keep it like further back and to make it like a small C shape. Usually I do it a little bit further like up here, but for the sake of the look, I'm just gonna do what he says. And I always use this brush. This is the Morphe M6 brush, I think, and I always use this one to blend out my contour. I'm most excited for the blush part of this look because that's like the highlight that I saw. The actual girl who he did the makeup on, like, the blush was like the statement of the look. I'm gonna add a little bit more contour because I feel like you can't really see it that well. I honestly don't know how I'm not out of this yet, and I still have a good like amount of this. I got this a long time ago. Contour is done. Now it's time for blush. Okay, so for blush, I'm using the Juvia's Place blush in the shade Pink Lady. He says to be very generous, and I'm using this one because it's more towards the shade that I saw in the tutorial. He says to do this before concealer, and he says to start like right here area. I have to be very light-handed with this blush though because it's super pigmented. Dare I say it's more pigmented than the Rare Beauty blush. Like, it's super pigmented. And then I'm just using the Real Techniques brush, and it's just the Expert Face blush. Do I know what I'm saying right now? It's the Expert Face brush. It says to just follow it up into your temple. See, like it's super pigmented already. He says he goes in with a second layer of the blush, so I'm going in with another layer. I'm scared. I feel like this shade is very spot on though to the one that he's using. I'm not sure the exact one that he's using, but I love this color. I actually never really use it that much. It literally looks so crazy, like... Okay, so now he says to go in with the cream concealer, and I'm going to use the same pot concealer from earlier, and then also on top of that he goes in with a liquid concealer, and I have the Hourglass concealer in the shade Cotton, and I'm just going to go in with this first with the brush. This is the same brush that I used for my eyebrows earlier. Okay, this is the first layer of concealer. I literally feel like a clown right now. It's a lot on my face. And then he puts this right on top. The concealer is basically going to blend out over top of the blush. I'm also going to put concealer in these areas, and we're going to start blending. Let's hope for the best. Babe, it's giving the blush is too pigmented for this. This is a lot. It definitely blended out better than I thought, but the under eye is giving pink. But he said to quickly set under your eyes. I'm using the same Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to set that. I kind of put too much powder on, so I'm going to brush some of it off. Next, I'm using a bronzer. I found the Too Faced one that I've had for forever. I'm just using this one. It's in the shade, I don't even know, like it's all rubbed off. So it's just probably the middle shade. And he says take some bronzer. He's taking some more blush. I'm using the Dior blush in the shade Rosy Glow. He's using a smaller brush for this, but I don't have one that's that size, so I'm just using this e.l.f. brush, Flawless Face brush, and he says to put it like where it was originally, really close up right here, and then blend it up into the temple. That's what the blush is looking like so far. It definitely has turned out better than it was before. Putting some on my nose as well, a little bit up here. It's giving very pink. This would be perfect for like Valentine's Day. He's taking a darker contour, which I don't know if I have. I have another bronzer I'm going to try to use. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Endless Summer, and he says to focus that a little bit more deeper. I'm just using a brush that's also from that Amazon kit that I got, and he says to focus it like that C shape we were doing earlier. Okay, he's also contouring his nose with that same darker bronzer shade, so I'm using that same bronzer and doing my nose. And he's saying to like follow, ooh, that's dark. But he was saying to follow how it was like earlier where we were doing it like here, and to go upwards too. Then he says take a powder foundation to brighten the under eye area, so like right here. He has like every single type of brush you would ever need, but I'm just using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in the shade Medium, putting it right here. I hope that like mascara and lashes and lips finishes it off really well, because I still am not the biggest fan of the eyeshadow. I think the face definitely made it better. Now it's time for mascara. For mascara, I always use the L'Oreal Telescopic. This is just the jet black one, and I'm curling my lashes. I'm not sure which, oh, this is a Revlon lash curler. So I'm gonna use this and then apply the mascara, and then I think he adds on lash clusters, so I'm gonna do that as well. For that, I use the Falscara, the Bonsai, and then for lash clusters, I use the B&Q lash clusters. I get them from Amazon, and I'm gonna use the 16-inch ones I think today, or not inch, 16 millimeter. Okay, I just did lashes. I think that definitely like pulled things together, but now it's time for lips. So I'm using the NYX Matte Suede lip liner in the shade Sandstorm. Like toned down lip liner. You can't really see it that much, but the one he uses is very similar to this shade. I'm gonna go with a little bit of the NYX Suede matte liner as well in Los Angeles, because this one is a little bit too light. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the NYX Suede lipstick, matte lipstick in the shade Dainty Days, just a little bit in the middle. And then I'm also gonna go with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair and go with that over the middle. These smell so good. I forgot how good these smell. Okay, these are the lips. Now we're going to finish off with some setting spray. Using the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, one of my all-time favorite setting sprays ever. And then using my fan. Okay, this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's actually very pretty. I'm going to add some more lighting because my light was dead when I started filming this video and I didn't have the patience to wait for it to be done. This is with lighting, better lighting at least. I think it's obviously super pink, super blushy. I honestly could add more blush, but I think it's super pretty. I obviously would need to practice if I did this again because I'm not the best at makeup. It's definitely different than what I usually do because I usually do a lot of highlighter. I don't usually do mascara on my lower lash line, but I did this time, if you guys can tell. I actually really like the eyeliner. I think it adds a nice touch as well. This is a makeup with better lighting as well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if anyone else is gonna try this makeup look out or if you have tried it out already. I really like it, but anyways, don't forget to subscribe and like, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.